Hello and welcome to the Great Beyond, an Is This Good companion pod where we follow up on last week's episode, answer listener questions, and catch up with each other. The person I'm catching up with is, of course, Jason Doyle. JD, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. After this show, I'm going to be getting on an airplane, flying across the country to the great city of Atlanta, and I'm going to see you in the flesh.
Wow.
I'm going to be in the Classic Factory, where you are right now, for the first time ever. I mean, I actually can't believe that, because I think I've been back to Atlanta when you still had... Yeah, well, you were in the Classic Factory, but I just haven't been inside of it. I haven't entered the sanctum.
No, you were supposed to come, I think, at one point, but something got...
Yeah, I was in Atlanta for work, I think, at that time.
You couldn't get away.
But this time, I will enter it, and we will be recording a live... Is This Good? I mean, it'll be live in the sense that it'll be live in the sense that we'll be all live in the same room,
right?
But not live in the sense that it'll be streaming live.
It'll be live to tape.
It'll be live to tape, as they say. So one thing that started as a joke that now seems to be coming to fruition is that it sounds like we're actually going to play a game of pickleball against each other.
It's happening, man. It is happening. My phone has been blowing up from Rachel going, what time is he available? I think she's trying to schedule stuff. Who's playing? Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be big. It's going to be big.
So that means that me, you, and Rachel are playing. So you asked me, is Jill, my girlfriend, going to play? Mm-hmm. I haven't asked Jill. I just immediately said no when you texted me. Jill's going to be listening to this. Maybe she'll be angry, but... If she gets angry at me, I will say to her, you've never picked up a racket of any kind. Tennis, no. Racquetball, no. Squash, no. Maybe a ping pong racket? Mm-hmm. So I don't know that, this first time, when we're going to be playing against a pro such as your wife,
yes,
that it will be fun / she will have fun to kind of be learning how to swing a racket for the first time. But maybe not. And maybe I'm starting this trip off on a terrible foot, and she's going to be furious with me.
I think this is a terrible calculation on your part. Because,
okay, really?
Yeah, because I've never really played any racket sports either.
But you've played pickleball 50 to 60 times.
No. But probably 15 to 20 times.
Okay, but that's a lot.
Okay, but listen. Pickleball is of all the racket sports, of all the sports, it's like picking up a guitar. It's the guitar of musical instruments. You can pick up a guitar and you can sound...
play guitar. Actually, she can play a little bit of guitar. Okay, I take it back.
What I'm saying is that you can pick up a guitar and it's easy to sound good fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard you say that before. I kind of disagree with you, but... when someone first picks up a guitar, even if they're strumming an open chord like a G or something, there's some notes that that are just dead because the fingers aren't hitting the strings hard enough. It doesn't sound good. I first learned how to play Michael Row the Boat Ashore. Let me tell you, it sounded like shit. I thought I was killing it.
Right, but if you start playing Michael Row the Boat Ashore on a guitar as opposed to starting it on a clarinet, you're going to sound better, faster on the guitar. That's my point. Than the clarinet.
Okay, but not the first time.
Okay, not the first time.
So but you're saying the 15th to 20th time. If
Jill comes and plays pickleball with us, she will be having fun immediately. Immediately.
Okay, well, you know what? I mean, there's still time. Because we're not playing tomorrow. So I'm going to ask her if she actually wants to play. But supposing she doesn't want to play, you texted me back something which I found very funny, which was, okay, well, if she's not playing, let me find a fourth. And I texted back, this sounds like we're swinging together. Not swinging a pickleball racket. It's, swinging in a pineapple hot tubby kind of way.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Just put a pineapple out in front and see who shows up.
So who would you even ask? Ask someone we know, or are you going to ask one of your pickleball freaks?
No. I would ask. I'll start with the Classic Factory. I'll start with the guys in here.
Okay. Who seems the most willing to play pickleball?
They all seem quite unwilling, but
okay.
Skeets has played once, and he very politely, whenever Rachel will ask him about it, he entertains her. She, what's the word? He humors her.
Yeah.
And she will always say, "Oh, we got to get you out. We got to get you out." And he's like, "Yeah.
He's
whatever,
a busy guy.
whatever." But now it might be the time to pay the pipers.
To see if he truly does hate it. Let's make him admit that he hates pickleball. But that surprises me because that guy will play any dumb shit sport. Like, remember in Atlanta there was, I don't know if this is still a thing. I mean, obviously in the South there's cornhole, which like was super popular.
Sure, yeah.
When we moved down there, but then there's this thing where you stand on opposite ends of a really long lane, like almost like a bowling alley style thing, and there's pins set up on both ends of this lane, and then you throw a football and you try to knock. Like, come on. Pickleball's way better than that. I've never played pickleball, but it's got to be better than that.
So you're talking about foaling.
Is that what it's called? I mean,
there's a place here in Atlanta. I think it's called foaling or something foaling.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. I don't get... I think that it could be fun, but there's no mechanism to set the pins back up. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, but why is that so bad?
I don't know. It's just... Seems like a pain in the ass.
Oh, okay.
You throw a football, you walk all the way down, you have to set them all back up.
I just don't like throwing a football. I mean, I've seen that guy throw an axe.
Yes.
And he seemed to like it.
So what are you saying? Skeets is into foaling?
I mean, I know he's played. I don't know how often he's gone. But like foaling, bowling, cornhole, axe throwing, he likes all these things.
What's that game you guys used to play around the little trampoline?
Spike ball.
Spike ball.
You know what, JD? You just remind me. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to see if we can get a spike ball game going. Is it spike ball weather over there?
I assume so, yes.
Okay. I heard it might rain this whole weekend, though, so that's...
No, that's only where... directly over the wedding you're going to, but otherwise, I think we're fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to play pickleball. Going to see if Jill wants in. Otherwise, as I ask you off the top of every show, did anything good or not good happen to you this week?
Great this week. Lincoln went to his prom. Senior prom, but he's a junior, but he went to prom.
Okay, that freaked me out for a second. Because I was like, no way he's a senior.
No. Junior, though. So it's coming.
It's coming. So that means that someone invited him from the senior class? Or could anyone go?
I think the juniors and the seniors were both invited. It was a junior and senior prom. Oh, the look of disgust on your face.
Why would I like that? He's going to go to prom twice.
Yeah, he'll go to prom next year, I assume. His girlfriend's a senior, though, so it's
that's what I'm asking. So maybe she invited. Like, were Lincoln's friends in his class going? If they weren't invited by a senior?
Yes, I think so. I think there were.
Yeah.
Well, you don't like that.
Well, was that your case? That was not my case. Prom was for the graduating class.
I definitely went to 2 proms. Yeah,
okay.
2 proms. I might have went to 3 proms, actually.
But you were probably invited by someone. First of all, I'm surprised you went to any proms, let alone 3 proms.
I had to go to one of the proms because I was the student council president.
You were the student council president?
Yeah.
Voted by a jury of your peers?
Nobody ran against me.
Because they were so scared? They were like, no one can beat them?
I went to a school where nobody cared. Nobody cared.
What was your slogan?
I didn't have a slogan. I didn't have to... I barely ran.
You didn't have to put a stencil to a poster board?
No, why would I?
Well,
literally, honestly, nobody ran against me. There were, I think, 3 people who ran for vice president.
I'm trying to think of a good slogan for you, in case you have to run for anything again. Jason Doyle. He will toil for you.
I like it.
Not good.
That's a lie. I had no intention of doing any work on the student council.
And you didn't do it. So you were just in it for clout?
Clout and the room. The student council room was right next to the cafeteria. And we would go in there, and it was windowless, and it was just basically a little bit bigger than a storage closet. Mm-hmm. But there was like stuff in there. but there was an amazing spot to play D&D, so we set up in there, and we would skip entire afternoons and play D&D. We would nap in there. We would just hang out in the student council.
Smoke a cheeky cig in there, maybe?
Nah.
Too enclosed.
Too enclosed, and, you got to
maintain some decorum.
I never smoked when I was a kid.
So everyone, you ran unopposed, but this sounds very swampy to me, JD.
Oh,
this sounds.
I am the swamp.
You were the swamp. Any strong prom memories from the fucking 3 times you went because you're so charming? were you the king of the? Were you the prom king?
No, we didn't do that stuff.
Yeah, we didn't
do that stuff.
Well,
it's Canada,
I agree. Prom was like not a very big. Well, okay, maybe we start there because I didn't have that experience of like seeing the proms that I grew up seeing in John Hughes movies and things like that. Did this one feel more like that?
The one that Lincoln went to?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there were talks of limos and corsages were bought, promposals were made.
Okay, let's start there. Any promposal did he have to prompose?
He did. I think he felt a little pressured into it.
Uh-huh.
So, but he did. Very last minute, like the day before the prom.
Okay. Meaning he already knew he was going with her, but he felt like, oh, I should do this thing so that we could take a picture of it.
Exactly.
And care to say what it was?
It was I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if I should. Well, I'm going to say it anyways because fuck it. He held up a sign that said, what did it say? It said something like, why don't you join the cream team and come to prom with me? Something like that.
I guess the obvious follow-up question is, who is the cream team besides the Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, we should get you a Cream City jersey. Anyways, I'm like, what is this cream team? Like,
it's nothing good. I'll tell you that. It's not a bunch of people that like to go to the malt shop and have a parfait.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, it's because we're both lactose intolerant.
Get out of here, Lincoln. We're bringing Lincoln on the show when we record on Friday.
We should just. Do
you think we could have him on to do like maybe a mini-sode?
Oh, sure.
Like where he gets to ask us questions about his life, his culture.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. I'm not leaving there without finding out what the hell this cream team is.
Well, good luck.
Okay.
But that was his explanation, and I accepted it.
Yeah.
I was like,
what are you going to do?
What do I care? Also,
I know it's about jizz.
But they had to censor it for her mom, like because obviously,
sign?
Yeah.
So what it said, like the C star M team.
No, it said cream on the original when he held it up and whatever. But to take a picture of it and send it to her mom because did Lincoln promposal, and fuck, she's definitely gonna hear this. But oh well. And
Lincoln's a very nice boy. You're a very lucky woman. I wouldn't let my daughter go to prom with anyone except a Doyle. Okay, we're talking about people that have a rich history in high school politics. These people are a caring family.
So they took the C and just added like a D, like a single stroke to make it the dream team. But it's weird because it's, well, whatever. I don't know. I just don't think she wanted any questions asked or any of that stuff. And
you don't want to know what the inside jokes of your kids are.
No, exactly.
Let them have an inside joke.
Exactly.
And honestly, it could be more innocent. You know what? I don't think it's a cum joke, and I'll tell you why. Because I think Lincoln is more clever than that. I think it's something else. Okay. Like for instance, there was a kid in my high school that everyone called Cream Puff.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a much more innocent explanation. So
he loved cream puffs.
Well, no. You would think it'd be that, but what happened was I wasn't there. But a bunch of guys from the football team got together to masturbate in a circle, and he came first.
He was the puff.
He came first, and then after that, they called him Cream Puff for 5 straight years.
That's
So,
not true.
wait,
That's not real.
No, that is 100% real. That did happen.
God.
Yeah, I know. This is what happens at an all-guys school.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm so glad that I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah. And
So what, like an actual circle jerk?
And like then you have to go through like the thing of being in high school, and being like, yeah, I feel a little left out, but then also being like, thank God, I did not attend this.
Where's Scanlon when you need her? That's so gay.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. I mean, it's not. It's weirdly.
How is it not gay?
Because it's weirdly the opposite. It's like if you don't come, then you're gay. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, look at this guy.
I hear what you're saying.
He can't even come while staring at 12 other dudes.
I love that you're like, oh, I'm sure it's not about jizz. It's probably about circle jerking.
that was the joke, JD, that I was saying.
I love it.
Probably not. Okay, so proms are cool. You went to 3 of them.
Yeah.
Did you go same person each time?
No. God, no.
Okay.
I went dateless for 2 of them, I think.
Oh, stag.
Stag, yeah.
Nice. Sick, bro.
Thanks. Yeah. It was good. You could dance with whomever you wanted.
Right, because otherwise you got to dance with who brung you.
Exactly. So, which is nice if you have a girlfriend, but also it's nice to be free and clear.
So let me get this straight, though. At the start I asked you, did anything good happen or not good? Are we categorizing this Lincoln's prom as good?
I think it was good. I think it was a huge success.
The cream team must have been thrilled.
The cream team was thrilled. Lincoln basically had 2 dates. Like, he went to the prom with his girlfriend and her, like, best friend or their friend. Like, they're a trio. So,
okay, so they're the cream team.
Maybe. Yeah, it's possible.
So polyamory has hit high school.
The ratio
ethical non-monogamy has come for the juniors.
You went to an all-boys school. His school is 25% boys.
Okay.
And I think of that percentage of boys, probably 50% are gay / non-binary / trans. So.
So are you worried he's not going to have enough straight men to masturbate in a circle with?
That is my biggest concern. His biggest academic concern is that there's not enough. What's the minimum amount of guys do you need for a circle jerk?
Well, so we have the minyan in Judaism, which is 10 people. You need 10 people to pray.
Okay.
Is there such a thing as a circle jerk minyan? I think it's got to be less. I think honestly 2 or more is enough. I mean more than 2. More than
few.
2.
Yeah, more than 3.
No, I think 3 is enough.
3, okay, so 3 or more.
Because a triangle, okay, you could say that's a triangle. Mm-hmm. Triangle jerk. A teacher.
5. I think it's 5 people.
Okay.
Because you need to, it's either a pair or a triangle or a square. In order to make a circle, you need to fill it out with 5.
Okay, that's good. Well, I was going to say my good thing that happened to me this week is I went bouldering.
Oh, really?
So it's a little less exciting. But I was talking about it on last week's show, and after I talked about it on the show, I said, you know what? If I don't book like an intro session at a gym, I'm never going to go. I did it, and I went. I think I went the next day. My arms are still sore.
Yeah, let's see them. Let's see those guns.
Yeah, the guns look the same, but this speaking of what we were talking about before, this forearm muscle is not doing great. But very casual lesson, I have to say. Never been bouldering. Okay. So, of course, I go in thinking, this is a skill that needs to be learned. This is a place that needs to be respected. It has its own conventions and customs. Basically, I showed up. The guy was like, yeah, you're the only person that showed up today for the lesson. By the way, the lesson was $30, and that came with a bag of chalk, which was definitely the most fun part. Just digging my hands into the giant bag of chalk and LeBron Jamesing it up everything. Though I noticed everyone else doing it somehow was doing it in a way where they would put their hand in, do the chalk, and maybe a tiny bit would emanate from their hands, but nothing would fall on the floor. Every time I put it on, I was like running my shoes over the mat because I was just creating like a Hansel and Gretel chain of chalk behind me everywhere. Like if anyone needed to find me. So probably that was frowned upon. But the guy basically said, all right, so the first thing we need to teach you is how to fall. So I climbed up like 2 pegs, basically. He was like, never land on your arm. Always land on your feet with your knees bent. Or if you can't land on your feet, roll over onto your side or onto your back. So I practiced falling. He was like, so psyched. He was like, amazing. All right, let's go. Climb this wall. It's a V0. V0 is the lowest. I climbed the wall. And I have to say it's scary. Like even though you're not in a rope, but you're not more than I would say 12 feet off the ground. But still, once you start getting to the top, you're like, if I fall, I was more worried about like hitting every peg on the way, right. Every hold on the way down.
But so this is no rope. This is
all bouldering is no rope.
Okay.
You just raw dog it. And then, so I did that. Then he said, okay, now let's do one where it overhangs a little more. I did it. And then he takes me to a V1 and he's like, all right, yeah, just start. I was like, well, what about like technique? Is there any best practices? Am I sort of thinking like go right hand, right foot, left arm, left foot, or right arm, left foot, or am I moving from my legs first into... He just goes... By the way, he was wearing flip-flops the whole time, which didn't inspire much confidence in me. And he just says, it's kind of hard to explain. You'll get a feel for it. So I walk
climb up there, dude.
Yeah, I walk up to the wall, and he goes, all right, if you need me, I'll be at the front desk. I look at my watch. I'm like, that was a 6-minute lesson. Left me alone. Anyways, luckily the friendly climbing community there, people came up to me and said, oh, are you new here? Did they know because I could barely make it up a V1, or did they know because I had a trail of chalk behind me? Hard to say. But I honestly did like it, and I'm going to go back.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So try new things.
Okay. I mean, I'm intrigued by bouldering and rock climbing in general, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to. I don't have the strength.
You have more.
I do
upper
have
body strength than I do.
I know, but I have way more lower body girth than you do.
LBG.
Which is like, LBG, exactly. So yeah, that's the thing that...
Maybe I should make you go bouldering after we play pickleball.
Okay.
You definitely want to pickleball first, because post-bouldering you will not be able to grip the racket.
Yeah.
But speaking of new things, JD, if you're watching, check this out. We got merch.
Nice.
The first Is This Good piece of merch produced. We're working with the great people at Breaking Tea, same people that No Dunks has worked with. Jamie Mottram, who Skeets is definitely known for a long time. We've known for a long time. So where do we go with this one, JD? Basically, here was the thought process on this t-shirt. And if you're not watching, we'll post images of it. We'll post images of us wearing it.
Oh, you're gonna get so sick of seeing this T-shirt in your feeds.
Yeah, JD, are you gonna post the picture you sent me wearing this shirt?
Oh hell yeah, I'll post it.
Okay, perfect.
I already used it for another bit from the drop last week.
You showed the merch on the drop?
No. I took that picture because one of the rapid fire questions was a dad acronym that you would want to see on some merch. So I had that picture handy that I had just taken to show you. And then I took that picture and I photoshopped in my answer as a visual element to my answer.
What was your answer again?
It was, the acronym was DICKS, and it was dads intolerant of, what was it? Of children's kitschy songs.
Oh, right. You don't want to play them kids bop. First of all, dicks on a t-shirt. You wonder where your child gets cream tea.
Yeah.
So
it is all my fault.
Maybe, honestly, we should make merch that says dicks on it. Dad's intolerant of children's kids, kitschy
music. Yeah.
No, well, what is an M? Dicks, wouldn't it be a S? Oh, songs. Songs. Okay, anyways, Jay, back to our merch, okay? This is available as a super soft, durable tee and a hoodie. And the inspiration was, let's be honest, the Is This Good logo is a little boring, especially once you take out the background. It's just like a sans serif blocky font. So we tried that. And then the good people at Breaking Tea, we said, we want something a little more fun. Why don't we go retro with this first one? So this is a retro logo t-shirt. Looks like it's from the 70s, straight out of the 70s. Is this vintage, JD? Did I find this at a thrift store? People were wearing this shirt going like, is Star Wars good? Is the Iran-Contra crisis good? No, it's not.
No. The logo pops. They did such an amazing job. I kind of want to make that the logo of the show now. Are we allowed to do that?
Well, let's ask them if they have any digital assets. You think this was like us backdooring into free graphic design work for the
totally.
show?
Well, it's not exactly free.
I mean,
we are sharing some of the money.
It's a rev share. Okay, if you're listening, don't worry about it. Just buy a t-shirt. Okay, so go to isthisgoodpod.com.
And that takes you directly to the store.
Directly to the store. Isthisgoodpod.com. That is a domain name I bought yesterday.
Nice.
From the worst named website in the world, GoDaddy.com. Why, when I need to buy a website for my professional, serious business, do I need to go to a website called GoDaddy.com? The fuck came up with that? I honestly would like to look up the history of GoDaddy, because I remember didn't they have like Super Bowl ads that were controversial?
I remember there being something.
Oh, maybe they were wrote GoDaddy on a T-shirt and streaked onto the field, or it was something like. Anyways, wasn't
Danica Patrick? Is that right? Part of GoDaddy or?
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, I know what you're saying. There was some sort of weird controversy.
Yeah, but anyways, it's. I don't like that we have to use it. Maybe I should have searched if there was another place to buy. But hey, the price was right, JD. We're talking $3.12, including tax, for the domain name isthisgoodpod.com. Isthisgood.com was taken. Wow. Imagine if it wasn't. I was like, nah, I want people to know it's a pod.
I'm gonna Venmo you. What's that? $1. $1 something.
Yeah. I'll just take it out of our lucrative advertising earnings.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so again, go to isthisgoodpod.com to get our first ever shirt, the retro logo shirt.
And it comes in a hoodie too.
And honestly, looks great on men, women.
Yeah.
However you identify. I got a picture of Jill wearing it. She looks great.
Nice.
Maybe she'll wear it to pickleball.
I can't wait.
Just kidding, Jill. You're not invited! So, speaking of merch, speaking of the new website, which again just redirects to Breaking Tea, there's nothing on it. Don't get too excited. We had our live stream hangout last night for the patrons. The Great tier and the Goat tier. We had a live stream hangout where we all hop on a Zoom. This is only our second one, but a lot more faces appeared on the screen. It was actually really cool. I got to see everyone, and it was just like everyone chatting at the same time. People were sharing where they were from, where they were zooming in from. They were giving other people in the chat travel tips if they were coming to their city. We had people from West Virginia. We had people from Philly. We had people from Austin. Do we have anyone from out of the country now that I think about it?
Edmonton and Toronto.
Oh, Edmonton. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I stopped thinking of that as out of the country. But this was the biggest debate. Probably this took up the most time. Somehow we got on the topic of an old question that we used to argue about in the starter's office, which was, who is more famous worldwide? Who is more recognizable worldwide? Michelle Obama or Jennifer Aniston? And we put it to a vote, and it was very close.
So close.
And Jennifer Aniston won by 1 vote.
Right.
And people said that Friends, still in syndication, still on, obviously, a ton of streaming, still really popular with the next generation, in a way that a lot of shows from the 90s aren't. And that someone made the point that a lot of people around the world use Friends as a way to learn how to speak English. So when the worldwide factor came around, people were picking Aniston. Maybe the fact that Michelle Obama hasn't been as visible since, 2016.
I would argue she wasn't that visible when she was First Lady.
No, I disagree, JD. She was teaching people how to eat healthy lunches. She was pushing vegetables on the youth of our nation.
Okay.
She was doing things with Billy Eichner.
Yeah.
We're talking digital media, JD.
The Obamas had some kind of multi-million-dollar Netflix deal. Where is it? What's happening with it?
They did that Doc Crip camp. They did.
Are they?
They produced Adam Ruins Everything's show about the government. I think it's called The G Word.
Okay.
He makes a cameo in that. I mean, the biggest joke is their money they got for podcasting, like the podcast.
That's what I was
Springsteen.
getting to. Yeah.
Get out of here. Okay, Spotify, give us money. We'll do way more episodes.
Probably way more. We're not doing better numbers than.
Not better numbers, but it'll be more interesting than Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen just not saying anything except how great salt of the earth Americans are. Anyways, this Michelle Obama versus Jennifer Aniston conversation, we decided, like, okay, well, who is the most recognizable person in the world? And unfortunately, my answer was Donald Trump.
Yeah. I think everybody agreed on that one.
Reluctantly, everyone agreed. But then we tried to think, like, how can we beat
people
it?
have to take themselves out of these questions. You know what I mean? Like, I want it. I want Michelle Obama to be more popular worldwide than Jennifer Aniston. And I don't want Donald Trump to be the most recognizable face on the planet. But that's just a simple fact.
Well, it's not a fact. I then tried looking, like, today after the live stream. Has there been a study done? Like, I don't know how you would do a study. You guess who the top, like, 20 people are, and then you show people photos?
Yeah. Worldwide.
Yeah, from, like, Sri Lanka to South Korea. I don't know. But I was thinking, so we talked about Michael Jordan.
Yes.
These are people that maybe could be on the short list. The Rock.
Right,
Taylor
I think Rock
Swift.
Yes.
Kim Kardashian. Bieber. Messi. Ronaldo. Michael Jackson. Do you think Robert Downey Jr., because of all the Marvel stuff, could make this list?
Yeah, possibly. If we're going top 20, for sure.
So then today, I thought of some new ones.
Okay,
yeah, so
great.
I'm going recognizable, not even famous. Somehow there's a difference in my head between famous and recognizable. I don't know how to articulate it. But recognizable, I'm just saying, you show someone a picture, they got to go,
them without thinking about it. Yeah.
Abe Lincoln.
Okay, but he's dead.
Okay, well, so you're saying this has to be someone that's alive?
I don't know. I thought that was the
premise. Yeah, I guess
nobody was naming anybody.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you see a stovepipe hat, beard, tall, craggy face.
But you have to see the stovepipe hat and the beard, because if you don't, you're not picking them out.
I don't know. Isn't he always wearing that?
No, he's not.
He doesn't.
There
sleep
are
in the
pictures
hat?
There's pictures of Lincoln, and you're like, I had no idea that was Lincoln.
Well, you would know because you named your son after him.
Well, I didn't do that much of a deep dive. Okay. It was more like watching Prison Break and going, "Hey, Lincoln, that's a cool name." But
okay. So very historical of you. Okay, if we're talking dead people, Einstein. I think you see the white crazy hair, the mustache, the famous poster with his tongue sticking out. Mm-hmm. That's Einstein. John Lennon.
I don't know. I think you're showing your age here a little bit.
Okay. Che Guevara on a lot of T-shirts.
I think they would recognize the image. I don't think they would know who.
That's a good point. Of all these, that would be the lowest ratio of image recognition to name recognition.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got some people that are alive. I hate to say. Elon Musk is honestly probably up there.
Yeah, I agree.
Joe Biden, just current U.S. president.
Sure, yeah.
And then we talked about this on the show last night. The two most famous people, probably, alive or dead, recognizable, would you not say they're Jesus and Hitler?
Show a picture, no caption, just,
yeah.
Do you recognize this person?
Well,
I mean, I think so. I mean, Dave Weinfeld, David Weinfeld, Dr. David Weinfeld.
Dr. David Weinfeld, my friend who was on the Zoom last night.
It is Weinfeld, right?
It is, yeah. He's a professor of history, so he was giving us a historical perspective as he lay on his bed and held the computer above him as he was in Hanukkah pajamas. So as you could see, this was a very come-as-you-are affair, this live stream hangout.
It was a chef's kiss of positioning, of everything. Anyways, he was mentioning Stalin. I don't think people
he's in his history bag too deep.
Exactly. Today's, like, I just watched a TikTok video that came up in my For You, and it was a guy asking a younger person if she could name the days, the months. Just name the months. All of the months. She got 9 of them.
The months of the year?
Yeah.
Come on.
She got 9.
I don't believe that.
She started at September, skipped to January, made it to August, and that was it.
But that's a question you should get, because it's a thing that always comes in order. That's like, say the numbers between 1 and 10. You wouldn't go 1, 7, 2, 9. You start. I mean, I would start in January, but you don't have to.
You don't have to
start in September.
That's the second place I would start if I didn't start in January.
School year.
Because school starts, yeah.
Okay. Well,
but she got to August, and then she got tripped up because she had already said.
Yeah, that's probably she. My note would be do it in order next time. I think you're gonna nail it.
My note would be learn the months. What's that?
The days of the week?
Yeah. What about them?
Well, you got Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Thursday?
That's exactly how it went. Anyways, I don't think these people are recognizing Stalin in a picture.
No, they're not recognizing Stalin. I think the one problem with Jesus is, like, what picture do you show? Because we obviously have a picture of Hitler. But with Jesus, I guess you just go with a classic sort of medieval to, like, early Renaissance, like, with a flat, with the crown of thorns.
Yeah. You don't even need a crown of thorns.
I think you do. You just need the long hair.
No, just long hair and a toga.
Shirtless.
Yeah.
I think you want shirtless Jesus, not Last Supper Jesus.
Okay. Sure.
All right, give us your best Jesus. Which, as a Christian follower, it's up to you. Talk to your people. Submit your best Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, some quick housekeeping. Even though we're basically at the end of the show here. Send us emails at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. You could always use some good emails. Again, I respond to them all. Help me make it difficult to get to Inbox Zero. Last week I said, send me some tasty topics, and one person actually emailed me and said, here's a tasty topic for you. So I like that. You can subscribe to This Is Good on YouTube. Even if you don't watch it on YouTube, you still can do it.
Yeah.
No one's stopping you.
Because maybe you're watching YouTube one time, and Is This Good pops up, and then you just watch it.
Oh, great point.
And you go, I've seen this one, but I'm enjoying looking at them.
And Is This Good shows you have good taste, so the algorithm will go, here's some other things that are also good, and they'll feed those to you. And then you can leave a comment, and I can read the comment.
Feel good.
Feel good. If it's a bad comment, maybe don't bother. Just keep it to yourself. Review us on Apple Podcasts, and of course join our Patreon, patriot.com.
Patriot.
Join us on truthsocial.com, patreon.com/isthisgood. Our next live stream hangout, if you want to sign up and be part of that, it's going to be at the end of May, so that'll be fun. But if you join patreon.com/isthisgood, everyone gets the bonus content. Everyone gets the shows ad-free. Everyone gets to join the Discord, which is super fun. Hopped in there. JD even stepped in there this week.
I did. I finally figured out how to put it on my computer.
Well, I was going to say, hey, wait, was that you or was that not? Was that someone that chose Jason Doyle as their username?
No, that was me. I think it was me.
I hope it was you.
It's pretty bumping over there. I like it.
Yeah, it's bumping. It's very bumping. And speaking of which, well, unless you have something to say, I'm going to get
I was just going to say final thing about the Patreon. If you join the Patreon at the Great or Goat level, you can join, as you said, you can join the the Patreon Hangouts, where I'm not going to say what it is. All I'm going to say is that we discussed a topic that was too hot for the show.
Yes, that's true.
And that was exclusively for the P-Hounds. Mm-hmm. And you get a little peek into the inner world.
People on the live stream were like, Matt, should you be saying this? And I felt comfortable saying it because it was just going out to the people that were there, and it was being recorded. But even if we post it, it'll just be amongst those people. It won't be, publicly searchable. So I felt safe in my cocoon.
Yes, as you should, because we were it was such a great vibe and a great space to be in.
And I will promise you this: I'm going to give a follow-up to the thing I talked about next month.
Can't wait.
So come to honestly, another thing I'll say about the live stream, I damn near cried at the end of it. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
A listener, someone that was there, said something like so nice about the show and such a specific compliment that I had to end it. I had to end the show right there.
Yeah.
But let's get to the comment of the week, JD.
Okay.
So Brian P. on YouTube wrote, well, let me set this up by saying we had this week's podcast with Daniel Ralston, a great episode. He's a friend of mine, super funny. He's a music writer, music podcaster. We were talking about how Daniel is very close to Dodger Stadium in LA, and there's a lot of narrow, hilly streets that lead to the stadium. There's always a ton of traffic on game day. A lot of people pre-drinking, so they get in their car from the pre-drink. Then suddenly they find themselves in bumper-to-bumper traffic. They realize, I gotta pee, but I'm at least 30, 45 minutes from getting to a bathroom. And they hop out the Tesla and try to take a piss in an alley. And he said in even one case, he was on his porch, saw someone take a dump in a neighbor's yard. And he also said that people would ask him if they could pay him to use his bathroom. That's a whole other debate we got on the show yesterday. Yeah. How much would it cost? We're not going to get into that debate right now. For someone to pay you to come into your bathroom. I maintain that it's not about the money, it's about the time limit.
Yeah.
$50 for 7 minutes. It's like a little peep show.
I can't do a circle jerk in 7 minutes.
All right, calm down, cream puff. All right, so on the show, one of the topics was tribute bands.
Right.
And I was saying, if someone blindfolded you and took you to see a tribute band and it sounded great, like you would be happy. But then suddenly you'd be less happy if they took off the blindfold and you saw like, hey, that's not actually the Strokes. All right, so Brian P. on YouTube wrote, on Mattio's blindfolded thought experiment, what if they take the blindfold off and it's just a recording coming out of a speaker?
Wow.
Is live music overrated? So I just responded with the thinking emoji with the, palm to the face.
Yeah.
Which is what I do when I'm like, okay, that's an interesting thought, but I don't really want to engage with it much further than that. But JD was unafraid. He jumped in and responded to my response and said, I hate to say it, but yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, in my opinion, one of your worst takes. You're saying live music is overrated. Do you want to just give me your top 5 or top 3 reasons, and I'll just try to rebut them on the fly here?
But the reasons that I think that live music is overrated, I find myself bored more often than not if I'm going to see a band. And it's sort of why
like
a band that even the band that I like. Like I could go see David Bowie and sit there for half of it going, I don't know this one, or just sort of fade out, like especially in a big arena. I just find them really, there's a ritual to them, and I don't want to be part of any of that ritual, Like,
well, we're social animals, though. Ritual is in our DNA.
I know, but
and so fine if you don't know one deep cut off, a late period album. First of all, you can't go see David. You should be so lucky to see David Bowie. Okay.
It was a bad example because I love David Bowie.
Did you ever see David Bowie?
I did, yeah.
Where?
Skydome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, what was it?
It
Let's
was
Dance era, or
it was after Let's Dance. Like I think it was sort of like a farewell or his greatest hits sort of thing.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
It was incredible. It was incredible.
So
it was a terrible example.
Look, if you were on the debate team this would be an immediate loss.
If I'm in a bar that I'm just, say we're all going for a drink, right?
Yes.
And we're just sitting there, and you know how we like to start early sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, check 1 2. You hear the sound check coming, and they start to load in some band stuff, or even if it's a solo guitar, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, let's get out of here.
You know, that's called anticipation. That's called foreplay.
I know, but it's just...
I know Cream Puff doesn't care much for foreplay, but for the rest of us, we need to have a little tickle, a little work up our appetite.
Right. I would have more fun at, like, a Yacht Rock Review we talked about. I love them because I know all their songs. Or just, like, in my ute, I would much prefer to go to a club, like, and just hear music, actual recorded music, and dance to that.
Okay, so here's what you're saying, though. Because you could have listened to, like, Modern Love, speaking of David Bowie, in your room, or listen to it in a club and dance to it. So what you're saying is you like a communal experience. You like being around people. You like the music being loud and feeling the bass and having it pound through you. You like the experience of seeing other people uninhibited and kind of going wild and going crazy. And you like the experience of drinking and letting go and stepping outside of your normal daily life. You 100%. Like the experience of community. You like energy and feeding off other people's energy. I don't know if I've already said that. I'm just going crazy right now. I'm going sicko mode.
Yes to all of the above.
Okay, so then you like live music.
I like music.
But all that stuff happens at a live music show, plus you're getting a one-of-a-kind experience that's never going to be repeated again. Plus you're getting people singing along next to you. And, like...
that could happen in a club.
You're seeing mistakes. You're seeing things that are, because, like, that makes it unique. On the album, it's too perfect. It's too many takes. It's 7 takes spliced together. This is just, like, boom, raw power, energy. Yeah. I still think it's one of the best things you could do. Now, if you want to tell me...
let me put it this way. Yeah, I agree with everything that you just said.
Yes.
But it's so rare that I'm getting that experience. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's okay. So that's what I was just going to say. If you want to tell me you don't want to go to a stadium or an arena, I agree with you. But find the problem is you're not listening to new enough music where those bands are still playing clubs. That's the problem. Yeah. Once you stop foraging for music, then everyone you know is a nostalgia act or a late period rock act. Like, let's say like a Chili Peppers, and they're playing stadiums and arenas.
Right.
Or a festival or something like that. I know you no way you would go to a festival, but honestly, that's the problem. Like, I still am lucky enough to like indie bands from the 90s and 2000s that never made, like, Built to Spill was my first concert post-pandemic. That was still in a club. I saw this band Planes, which is 2 separate bands that came together to make an album. That was great. Also small club. So if you can do that, the experience of going to a live show is unmatched. And then I think if you're going to go, it has to be like an amazing act that you love. Like, maybe for me, like, I saw Springsteen in an arena. It was still awesome.
Right.
I don't even know if I've ever seen a stadium show. I'm pretty sure I have not seen a stadium. Oh, Garth Brooks. I saw Garth Brooks. Yeah. And honestly, that was amazing.
Okay.
So, there you have it.
I saw
live music is good. I'm talking over JD. I don't want to hear him upset people anymore by saying live music's overrated.
I'm gonna agree to a point. But Alicia Keys halftime at the All-Star game.
Halftime?
It was good. I'm saying it was good. Okay, I'm agreeing with you. And that was a Cowboy Stadium or whatever it was. Was it Cowboy?
No, that was at the arena. That was at American Airlines Arena.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Hey, I saw Flo Rida and Pitbull at Charles Barkley's 50th birthday in the Houston House of Blues, and I loved every fucking second of it.
Yes. No, but you're naming like a halftime gig and a corporate gig. Next thing you're going to be telling me is like the best live performance I saw was someone on like Saturday Night Live. Like, you're not talking about people at their best.
Okay, I saw the Hold Steady in the Bowery.
And that was a great show.
It was amazing, and I didn't know.
Never even heard a song by them.
That was the last time I saw live music where I was like, "Holy shit, these guys are good."
Yeah. Oh, actually, that was the last show I saw. I saw Hold Steady at the Lodge Room in LA. Amazing show.
Yeah.
And especially because their community, their crowd, which wouldn't exist if they weren't playing live, they all travel to different shows. Mm-hmm. They keep confetti in backpacks and hand it out to people at specific times. There's like there's a song called Chips Ahoy about a racehorse. And it's like, she spent $900. Everyone holds up 9 on the 5th horse in the 6th race. It's dorky, I admit, but it's like so cool, especially post-pandemic, to do things where you're not just around people, but you're of one mind.
Yes.
Like you're working together to make something amazing. So
it's the Rocky Horror of live bands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to stop this show now. Fly to Atlanta. I'm going to get into a fight with my girlfriend on the plane because I told her she's not allowed to play pickleball.
Do you actually think she's going to be mad?
I can't tell. We're going to record the show on Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to play pickleball. We're going to go bouldering. And then we're going to see like a hardcore show in a basement. And sweat all over each other and mosh. And then we're going to come back on next week and talk about it.
Oh, my God.
Does that sound good?
It sounds great, but it sounds like it's going to kill me. I wish that the wedding that you're going to is on Saturday, and my kids' bands, they're playing on Saturday at a brewery.
What songs are they playing? Do you know?
No, I don't.
But they're playing.
I do know, but I'm blanking on them.
Rock songs?
Oh, yeah, it's all covers.
Ah, damn it. What time?
It's, I think they go on around 6.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to make it to see the Cream Team. I will be at a wedding, but then I will see you the next day, and we will play pickleball, if not the rest of my itinerary. All right, so quick reminder, email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and go to isthisgoodpod.com to get the first ever Is This Good t-shirt, the retro logo. It looks awesome. It feels awesome. I'm wearing it now. JD, I'm going to make you wear it on the next show.
I didn't want to be wearing the same shirt as you.
No, but why? That's fine.
I don't know.
We're promoting it.
A little dorky, no?
Oh, well, of course it's dorky, but we're talking about two people that are about to play pickleball together, so I think we're fine. All right, this was JD and Matt reaching out from the Great Beyond. JD, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see everyone else next week.